Let me take you back to where it all started. I'll try my best to recount the unsettling events that unfolded recently. My brother has developed a passion for nature photography, so last weekend we planned a camping trip to give him opportunities to capture some shots. Living on the East Coast makes finding truly remote locations difficult. But after searching online maps, we found what appeared to be an ideal clearing, accessible by road. The drive took several hours. When we neared the destination, the paved road ended at a rusty gate with a weathered "No Trespassing" sign. Beyond it stretched a dirt path winding into dense woods. We hesitated, having come so far, but reasoned it might just be lumber company land. The unlocked gate seemed to confirm this assumption, so we proceeded. The clearing was perfect at first glance. We built a fire as our dog Major explored excitedly. Is a loyal pit bull we've had for years, not the brightest but deeply loved. As night fell, thick clouds blotted out the stars, leaving only our fire's glow. My brother snapped photos of a distant owl while I prepared dinner. Then, everything went wrong. The forest's constant nighttime chorus cut off abruptly. A strange clicking echoed through the trees, unnatural and grating. Major tensed, then bolted toward the sound before we could react. We chased him to the tree line, but he vanished into the darkness. The clicking stopped. The forest sounds resumed. We called for Major, hearing only silence in return. Armed with a flashlight, flashlight, we ventured into the oppressive blackness. After minutes of searching, faint whimpers led us to a clearing where a decaying concrete building stood, covered in decades-old graffiti. No roads led to it, just wilderness. Inside, the stench of decay hit us. My flashlight flickered over a headless deer carcass before dying completely. Using my brother's camera flash to navigate, we pressed on. Then we heard it, the clicking, louder now. The next flash illuminated something crouched in the hallway, pale, elongated limbs, claws, its chin smeared with dark stains. We fled blindly back to camp, abandoned our gear, and sped away. The next day, armed with guns and better lights, we returned. Our tent had been precisely sliced open, sleeping bags shredded. Following Major's paw prints, we found an abandoned bar concealing a hidden tunnel inside. Ancient brickwork suggested the structure predated the bar by decades. Deeper underground, we discovered Major injured, but alive. As we tended to him, the creature appeared again, twisted unnaturally, watching us. Then it spoke my name, in a voice that defies description. We barely escaped. Now, days later, I see it everywhere. In mirrors, at my bedside, whispering, calling me back. I can't resist much longer. I am Nonar. I found this account days after his disappearance. The police are searching, but how do I explain? I didn't hear it speak, just the clicking. I have to go back for him. Whatever that thing is. I don't know how to kill yet, but I must try. The thought of returning to that place makes my hands shake, but I can't leave him there. I've gathered everything I can think of. Extra ammunition, high-powered spotlights, even a few road flares. If fire affects this thing, I want to be ready. I drove back to the clearing at dawn, when the sunlight should offer some protection. The bar still stood, its open door like a gaping mouth. This time, I didn't hesitate. I strapped on my headlamp, checked my pistol, and stepped inside. The tunnel was just as we left it. Damp, reeking of rot. The water on the floor had risen slightly, sloshing around my boots as I moved deeper. Every shadow made my pulse spike. I kept telling myself that if Major survived down here, maybe my brother could too. Then I heard it. The clicking. It came from somewhere ahead, rhythmic and deliberate. I raised my gun, my breath shallow. The beam of my headlamp cut through the dark, revealing nothing but crumbling brick. I forced myself forward, following the sound. The tunnel opened into a wider chamber, and there, in the far corner, I saw him. My brother was slumped against the wall, alive but barely conscious. His clothes were torn, his skin pale and slick with sweat. When he saw me, his eyes widened in terror. "Don't look behind you," he whispered. I turned. It stood at the tunnel's entrance, its elongated limbs folded against its body. The headlamp reflected in its eyes. 2 pinpricks of light in the dark. It didn't move, it just watched. I grabbed my brother's arm, hauling him up. He was weak, mumbling something about voices, about promises. I didn't have time to listen. I fired 2 shots at the thing, not to kill it, just to buy us time. The gunshots echoed through the tunnels as we ran. We made it back to the surface, gasping in the daylight. I half expected the creature to follow us out, but the woods were silent now. Back home, my brother won't speak. He just stares at the walls, flinching at every sound. And sometimes when the house is quiet, I swear I hear clicking from the basement. I don't know if we escaped. I don't know if it's over, but I do know one thing. That tunnel goes deeper than we ever explored. And something down there knows our names. The silence in the house is worse than the screams were. My brother hasn't spoken in days. Just sits by the window, staring at the tree line. The doctors say it's shock, trauma. They don't understand. They didn't see what we saw. Last night I found him standing in the backyard at 3 a.m., barefoot in the dew-soaked grass. When I grabbed his shoulder, he turned with this awful blankness in his eyes and whispered, "It's learning our voices." I heard it up the basement door this morning. The scratching started around noon, not like an animal, but something methodical, like fingernails testing each nail head. I called the police, but of course when they arrived, the house was silent. The younger officer gave me that look, the one that says another paranoid burnout. Major won't go near the basement stairs anymore. His wounds have healed, but sometimes at night he'll suddenly wake up growling at nothing, the fur on his back standing straight up. Tonight I caught him staring at the ceiling fan, tracking something invisible as it circled the room. The worst part? I think it's getting stronger. The dream started 3 nights ago, always the same. I'm back in that